Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Linda here with you for a special energy transmission for the collective. Today is the 7th of July, so this is a 7-7 energetic signature transmission for everyone. So I've pulled the cards already, I've pre-shuffled so that the reading wouldn't be too long. Laid the cards out. After I read this spread, I'm going to pull cards from the Morgan Grid deck for each of your signs so that you can have a bit more insight into the specific way that this energy might be playing out for you in your particular corner of the globe. So there's a lot of major arcana cards in the spread. It's quite a strong reading, a strong energy coming from the cards. In the foundation we have Justice in reverse. In this deck it's called Balance. And this card is kind of the energy that the whole reading is sort of, swiveling on. I call this card the fulcrum. There we go. In the upright position it looks this way. So this card being in the foundation, being, as I said, this is kind of the fulcrum of the reading. The whole spread rests upon this one card here. And Justice in reverse is very straightforward, I would say. Like in this case, in our current circumstances worldwide, I think we could all agree that we're dealing with injustice, basically. And the core of what's happening here at the center of the reading with the Devil's card, crossed by the Seven of Wands. I feel that this is showing here that even though we're in a very challenging time and the energy that we're dealing with is quite, I would say, intensive. I think if you're an energetic person or a sensitive person in any way, you're certainly feeling a full array of emotions around this time. And one of the greatest challenges actually is to stay balanced within the self so that you can maintain a sense of calm and composure and trust while there's this massively changing landscape of energy that we're getting pulsed with from the cosmos, which is affecting the way that mundane events are playing out on the global stage. So Devil's card in the center of the reading is saying to me that there's this exposure happening where the shadow side is being exposed. Bad elements or injustice and control, I'm hearing competition also, are things that are being exposed at this time. And so the Sun card as the crowning card of this reading is giving a lot of hope and a lot of light and a lot of blessing to this energy. So it gives me a sensation that there is definitely things to look forward to, that while we might be all individually and as a collective of people dealing with some unprecedented and mind-blowing experiences that we thought we never would, there is some purpose to it. I feel with this Sun energy as the crowning card, and also Magician and Judgment here in the reverse in the outcome position, there is a lot of how would I say that? I feel like there's a lot of support cosmically, first of all. We have in the spread as well the Magician and the High Priestess and the Empress on this side of the reading. So 1, 2, and 3 from the Major Arcana, all upright. We also have the Moon and the Sun in the reading. I would have to say that I feel like the energy of these two cards is bringing a lot of information, but specifically we're right on the heels of the 3 eclipses that have just been completed, which is unusual and have been very intensive at this time. So I feel like these two cards are sort of indicating that the eclipse energy is certainly having a big influence on what we are experiencing at this time. The Moon is paired here with the Ace of Pentacles, which I really like. It's suggesting that the Moon card is kind of bringing out the shadow energy of things that are being exposed, things that are being revealed, darkness coming into light. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, it's giving us the opportunity to turn over the soil and plant new seeds and invoke a new time period, a new era, a new cycle. The Seven of Wands is the crossing card here, and what I'm feeling with this energy is that in this deck it's called courage, but Seven of Wands is talking about perseverance, endurance, patience, and commitment to a cause. Like the wands is the element of fire, right? So we're talking about sort of the spiritual warrior energy from this card, and that's what I feel like it being in the crossing position of the reading is just basically a reminder for all of us that this is not going to be a quick process that we're going through. I feel like we all need to dig deep and understand that we need to cultivate more endurance for this process, because some of us might still be actually in a state of shock, you know, over recent events of this period of time that we're dealing with. But it's suggested here that there's a need for more endurance and more patience and a more long-term approach to the new energies that are coming in, that we need to learn how to start to adapt to and manage and adopt. It is a sort of recycle. Like, there's a rebirth energy in this reading as well, with the Judgment card in reverse. There's also the Five of Pentacles here in reverse, with the Empress. So there's the energy of this reading is kind of like this cosmic energy coming in and shaking things up on the earth plane. That's how I'm seeing it. And there's going to be a need for, I mean, I think people who are probably watching this kind of content on YouTube are already aware of the energetics of things and are tuned in enough to know that there's shifts occurring that are, again, unprecedented, I would say. Like, the energies that are coming to the planet, that are actually hitting the earth and are changing the environment, changing the vibration, changing the frequency of things. It's through people who are aware enough and are tuned into themselves and have done their own kind of inner work to understand how to bring the best out in themselves. They're going to be, you know, prepared enough to actually embody this energy and start to help it transduce into the earth, so that the rest of the population can have a little bit of an easier time adapting to it. So there's some sort of energy also in this reading of people like kind of being the forerunners, if that's the right way to say it. That's what I feel with this Magician, Priestess, Empress. Like, there's people in the world, there's people in the community that are tuning into the energetic changes just slightly ahead of the rest of the population, and they're kind of helping to move that electromagnetic field into the grid so that it's more manageable for the rest. Again, there's a lot of divine feminine energy in this reading. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, the Empress, there's the Priestess as well, the Moon card. I feel there's a big energy for divine feminine principles to become more, again, at the forefront of things. In general, just being that kind of, and it's not excluding men or discounting men. Masculine energy is very important too. Just feel like there's a tipping point happening where there's a shift that needs to occur. Again, this balance energy. What has been out of balance, you know. The masculine has been too dominant. There has been too much of control, too much of competition, too much of greed, and not enough regard for the consequences. There hasn't been enough of a holistic approach to managing resources and taking care of this planet that we've been assigned to caretake. So there is magic at play, certainly. Magician and Priestess, there's healing energy happening. But I feel it's like more of this energy of humans and people who are on the earth plane that are actually acting as transducers for higher frequencies of waves of energy that are coming from different parts of the cosmos that are touching the earth and affecting the grid in a way that is causing this shake-up of energy where things feel chaotic for now, and they might do for a little while longer. But there is a purposefulness to it, and there is a design to it. That's what I feel. I think that there are a lot of supporting energies off planet and on planet that are assisting in this process of upgrade and vibrational shift. So be patient with yourselves. If you don't necessarily feel amazing right now, like you might feel all kinds of different things. You could feel exhausted, or you could feel frustrated or irritable, or even if you can sense all of this energy that I'm talking about, and you might feel like it's not right to be moody or feel any other type of way, because you know that there's like, it's purposeful and there's good things coming. Just be more gentle with yourself and understand that you're still human, and you still experience emotions in certain ways that's totally normal, and there's nothing to try to dismiss or bypass or avoid. You know, if you just listen to your body. If your body's telling you to rest more, then rest more. If your body's telling you to exercise more, then exercise more. If your body's telling you certain foods are what you need right now and not others, then really listen to that. But be careful if you're not indulging in lower level kind of addictions or cravings that are actually not really coming from the higher self, that are supporting this energetic shift, and it's more of like a comfort thing. Be careful not to indulge too much, because that will just kind of set you back a little bit further, even in kind of managing the new energies and also managing your emotional landscape. Okay. Yeah, there's an integration happening here, so participate in the ways that you feel like you want to. Like for yourself, if you feel like you want to be together with people that you can relate to, that understand you, that are like in a similar sense of understanding of what's going on, then do that. But if you feel like you want to be alone and you want to be in your own space and you want to just like be quiet, then do that too. So just, it's all about listening, tuning into yourself, tuning into your guidance system that's working with you, and participating in the ways that's best for you in this change that's occurring. Because as I said, it will have quite a long arc, and you won't always feel like the way that you do now. Like you might not be having the best time right now, but tomorrow that could change, next week that could change, you know. So don't be too hard on yourself for having a hard time, because it's all here in the energy. It's totally normal, and most people are having sort of a roller coaster over time right now. So I'm going to leave that there. I feel like that's enough for now for the energy collective transmission. I'm going to take the Morgan Greer deck now. I'm going to pull a couple of cards for each sign to give a little bit of a nudge for how this might play out for you, or any messages for each of the signs. So please send your energy into the card so I can get messages for you. Make sure you watch all the way through to the end, and you can find wisdom throughout the reading. So we're going to start with, I guess since we're in Gemini season, sorry, Cancer season, let's start with Cancer. Judgment, there we have the same card again. Judgment and the World, and the Seven of Cups reverse. Okay. So Judgment, the way this is playing out for Cancer is it's quite strong too. It's very much reflective of the collective energy reading there. I feel like maybe for Cancerian people, you are having a closure of a cycle, but one that maybe hasn't been easy. Could be having some trials and tribulations at the moment that are forcing you to make changes that you maybe know you needed to make, but maybe weren't really fully feeling ready for, like, actually moving ahead with. But there's something changing now that means that you are actually closing out a cycle and moving to a different era, a different time of your life. And there is a lot of evaluation happening with the Seven of Cups in reverse. You might feel a little bit confused about what to do next. So definitely spend time doing things that help you feel calm and help you feel centered, so that you can get clear about what there is to do from here. I'm feeling with this at the moment, like, not that it's important that you don't get pressured by other people's expectations or other people's opinions. This needs to be your own process of figuring out how you're going to take this next step forward after this. Look, this is 20 and 21 from the Major Arcana. 20 and 21. So definitely, like, some kind of major event has just happened where there's something critical occurring that's making you look at life and yourself in a different way, maybe looking at your surroundings also in a different way, and some kind of closure here where you are kind of ready to put that cycle to rest and move into something new. Okay, Leo, Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune reverse. All right, this is nice. So for Leo, I feel like the Ace of Cups here is speaking more about, like, some kind of, like, self-love that you're opening up to, rather than it being a love offer from someone else. I feel like that you could be going through a time right now where you are giving yourself a lot more care than you might have in recent times. There's definitely some kind of movement away from, I feel like some difficult people are moving on away from you, or you're pulling away somehow and like leaving some unnecessary drama behind. And that feels good, like that feels empowering, Ace of Cups with you, Queen of Swords. You could have also spoken up about something that's been on your mind for a long time. You might have finally told someone what your experience has been with them after a long time. Or if you've already been trying to express yourself to somebody, you might have made a decision in this moment that you're just done with trying to communicate and you've moved on. And that feels actually really good. That feels very empowered. It feels very clear. It feels very self-loving. All right, that was Leo. So now we have Virgo, right? So there's Leo, Virgo. Six of Pentacles, King of Pentacles reversed, and Two of Swords. Okay. For Virgos, you might be having a little challenging time right now understanding where to put your physical energy. Some of you might feel a little bit confused or unsure or a little bit uncertain about your financial prospects as well. Let's take one more. Strength, yeah. So this could be a time period here where you really need to just like consolidate your energy and your resources and be really grounded in your physical self and find some I think there's a need here for more confidence and more courage to be able to figure out the best way for you to move forward in what this might be. If there's something that you're unsure about or unclear about. This could also be a time too for some of you where you are in a position where you need to receive help from others, and that could be really hard for you because normally you're the one that's very giving and very generous. So that could require a little bit of humility for you to like actually just accept someone's help. And again, it's not easy, but I think it's a learning experience, and that will be really good for you to just submit to and surrender yourself to being able to be helped and supported and loved by other people for once, you know. All right, Libra, Hangman reverse, Four of Wands, and the Magician. Hangman reverse, Four of Wands, and the Magician reversed. Two majors here, both reversed. So I feel like there's some unsettling energy at home. Like home life, what I get is that home life is actually good. It looks really good, but you are unsettled in your home space. Maybe you're feeling a lack of direction, or maybe there's a general feeling of uncertainty with those two majors there, the Hangman and the Magician. Something you're uncertain about. Maybe you're confused if you're putting your energy into the right thing. But it's funny. It's a funny feeling I'm getting. It's like you may be like not sure if you're putting energy into it. But it's as if everything is right there in front of you that you need, but you're kind of like running around in circles or looking at things from a direction that doesn't make everything make sense. I hope that makes sense. I think the point here is that you have what you need right in front of you. It's about changing your attitude towards it, and then things will make more sense. I think you're always looking over your shoulder for something else to come along, but when actually you've manifested already the thing that you want, it's right there in front of you. Okay, Libra. Scorpio, Six of Cups reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, Nine of Swords. So for Scorpio, it could be that someone from your past is coming back around, like an old flame could be showing up. And there could be some like stress around that. There might be some like it could be that there's a conversation that's been long overdue that's happening with someone like an old flame or someone from your past, but it doesn't actually, for some reason it feels like it gives you more anxiety than it does relief. Let's take one more card. Page of Wands. Yeah. I guess in time it'll get clear and be resolved. I feel that there's just a bunch of communication that needs to happen, and this, I feel like there's something mostly that you need to get off your chest and express, and then things will ease off and relax, and things will go back to feeling good again between you and this person. Sagittarius, the Fool, Hierophant, and the Sun. Wow, 3 major arcanas, all upright, all really empowered. Sagittarius, what's going on here? I feel like you've turned a corner in something that has been maybe challenging you with regard to something you're presenting. And I feel like you've made a big breakthrough here in the way you feel like it's coming together. It's more, I feel like it's more about your actual emotional state about something than it is the actual thing itself turning around or changing. There's something about teaching in here as well. Maybe you're taking a new job as a teacher, and that feels really exciting, or some kind of like presentation. It doesn't have to be like teaching in the traditional sense, right? It could be any kind of position where you take a leadership role. It's feeling really clear and really open and really bright, and it's moving forward in a really clear, good way. Okay, Sagittarius. Capricorn. Empress, Ace of Pentacles, and 5 of Pentacles reversed. That's interesting because we had down here in the first reading Empress, 5 of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles. So there's a repeat energy here, but these are all upright. So I feel that for Capricorn, you might be again in a space where things are turning a corner finally. Maybe there's been a difficult time in recent past, but you've made some kind of breakthrough and you're overcoming some kind of adversity. You could be recovering from a physical illness and starting to feel much better now, or you could be coming back from some kind of financial difficulty, but because of some type of experience that was challenging, it brought you to a place where you're able to be really creative and bring through some ideas that are really new and exciting, and you're moving forward with those now with this Ace of Pentacles, starting to plant the seeds of maybe a new business or a new brand or a new project or some kind of endeavor that is very exciting and creative to you, and it looks good. Aquarius, Queen of Pentacles reversed, 3 of Cups, 10 of Swords reversed. We had the Queen of Pentacles here in the reading as well. Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. I feel that maybe for some people in the Aquarian energy, you may be feeling like a hurt. You might be feeling a hurt or a betrayal over a social group that maybe has not lived up to its expectation, or you maybe are feeling not part of something that you feel like you should be a part of. You might be feeling excluded from something or rejected from something or betrayed in some way by a group of people. Let's take one more card. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. So what this is saying here is like if you are feeling excluded or left out or betrayed or rejected in some way by a social set, this is saying focus on you right now. Look, 9 of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards. It's talking about you being independent, being solo, being on your own, doing your own thing in your own way, no compromises, no compromises. Just being in your own space, doing your own thing, being really successful at it. A lot of self-love here, a lot of self-love, self-respect, self-esteem. Self-made. This is a self-made energy. So you're just gonna like whatever happened here, you're not gonna like be bothered by it. Actually, you're gonna move on and make your own way and forge your own path and do it exactly how you want, without any compromises. Okay, Pisces, King of Cups, 10 of Wands, Knight of Cups in reverse. I actually remember these two cards being in your reading this month for July, in the extended part. They were both reversed. I feel like for Pisces here, you could be dealing with some people that are in your environment that are not really fully understanding how sensitive you feel at the moment, and are not being particularly sensitive about how sensitive you feel, and that could be weighing on you. That could be making your work really difficult right now, or you're just in general, you might not be feeling really supported by people around you. In any case, let's take one more card. Oh, there's the Knight of Wands now. So, two Knights, King and the Ten of Wands. So, Pisces. This could be a message here to let go of a person that's not really being very understanding or supportive. I'm hearing sounding board. So if that means anything, let me know in the comments. But maybe there's some one or two people in your environment that are not always giving you the energy that makes you feel safe or supported. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, either by your own circumstances or overwhelmed by this person's energy, and it might not be something that you feel like you can continue to sustain because it's a little bit too much of to bear. So you might need to find a way to have better boundaries, or in some ways change your space so that you don't have to deal so much with someone that's not really being very sensitive to you. Aries, King of Wands, Four of Swords reversed, and the Star. Nice, I like this reading. Aries, it seems like you're in your own energy at this time. You're very fired up and moving forward with things. You have come out of a time of maybe restfulness, and you're really feeling positive and optimistic about the task at hand. And again, I feel like this could be you, but I feel like you're maybe feeling a bit magnetic at this time, and there's people coming towards you that are matching your energy in a really good way. You're feeling like community around you, or people around you that get you, that understand you, that are in the same vibe, and there's some, it's active. I feel there's an active energy there for Aries. Taurus, Page of Cups reversed, Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Tower. Okay. Again, this thing keeps coming up here around collaborations or working together with people that doesn't seem to be a good fit for you. Maybe it had some promise in the beginning and it felt right at first, but now it feels like you are not really enjoying the vibe of these people that you've been working together with, and you seem here like you want to be the one to make a change, to shake things up, and maybe like step out of it and go on your own path and be in your own way. Taurus and Gemini, last of all. Knight of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Wands reversed, and the Devil. We had these two cards in the first reading, remember, at the heart of the spread, Devil and Seven of Wands. So I'm feeling here the message is about patience and commitment to the cause, being perseverant, understanding that there is a lot of shadow work happening at this time. There is a lot of ugliness emerging, and it's up to us to not try to avoid it or turn away from it, but to look at it, address it, figure out how we can solve problems and change things and create solutions to uplift ourselves and everyone around us. Okay, I feel that's it for the reading. Short and sweet today. I really wanted to get this reading to be under 30 minutes, and I've done that. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found something in there you can work with that's supportive and helpful to you at this time. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next reading.